The disputed area includes Nineveh province, which has experienced a string of bloody bombings recently, including in Mosul, one of Iraq's largest cities. The U.S. blames al-Qaida in Iraq for the violence. U.S. troops would deploy in Nineveh to partner with the Kurdish militia Peshmerga and Iraqi security forces controlled by the Arab-led government. The top U.S. military commander in Iraq, General Ray Odierno, is concerned that tensions between the Kurdish militia and Iraqi security forces could escalate. He says American forces would help both sides learn to work together, and the deployment would not involve a large number of U.S. troops. Stephen Biddle is a defense analyst at the Council on Foreign Relations in Washington.
I think one of the reasons why General Odierno is apparently contemplating a movement of troops to the north is because the American forces are uniquely trusted by both sides.
Odierno says Iraq's Prime Minister, Nouri al-Maliki, and Kurdistan leader, Masoud Barzani, are receptive. He says the proposal has not yet been finalized. Both the Peshmerga and Iraqi security forces patrol the disputed territory and view each other with suspicion. Biddle says the U.S. would create a buffer between the two sides.
I think it will reduce the likelihood of violence because neither side is particularly interested in fighting us. If we put ourselves physically into a position where in order to get at the enemy they have to go through us, I think that reduces the danger of violence.
Andrei Barki follows Iraqi politics at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace in Washington. He says tensions between Arabs and Kurds worsened when the U.S. entered Iraq in 2003.
So now we're paying the price of ignoring all these tensions for, 6 years. And so to say that the Peshmerga is nervous specifically about what's going on in Nineveh. Yes, it's understandable because there are a lot of very vulnerable Kurdish populations in Nineveh and they would like to protect it. But in some ways, I think the United States also bears responsibility, and maybe this is why Odierno wants to send American troops.
The disputed region also contains oil-rich Kirkuk province, where recent bombings have killed more than 250 people. Kurdish leaders have long demanded that Kirkuk province, as well as parts of Nineveh province where Kurds live, be merged with the semi-autonomous Kurdistan. But Iraq's government says the territory should stay under its control. Barki says these issues need to be resolved for tensions to ease.
In addition, there is the question of the refugees, the people who were displaced by Saddam and were forced to relocate into other parts of Iraq who want to come back to Kirkuk.
Odierno says if American forces are sent to the disputed region, they would mostly be in rural areas. He also says the troops would not stay past the date all American troops are scheduled to leave Iraq at the end of 2011. Deborah Block, VOA News, Washington.
الأسواق المركزية من قبل الجانب الصديق إلى وزارة التجارة